Hi friends, welcome to our channel Vidya Hanga. As a part of our series Machine Learning with Python, we have started discussing about the functions in Pandas library. Now let's walk through some more interesting and important functions, merge and concatenation. Let's get started. Here I am at the Jupyter notebook. Initially, I have imported the libraries NumPy and Pandas. And here is a picture for you that shows different types of joins. The first one indicating the inner join, which is nothing but intersection. The second one, the left outer join, which is the entire left data set. In this picture, it's clearly A. And the third one, the right outer join, which is the entire left data set. In this picture, it's B. And the fourth one is the full outer join, which is nothing but union. Initially, I have created some dictionaries product. So it consists of different columns: product ID, product name, category, which they belong to. Either they belong to fashion, groceries, electronics, and etc. And what is the price of them, and the city in which they have been selling them. Now let's run this. Again, I want to show you how the data frame product looks like. So just we're going to run that. So product is consisting of the columns, right? We discussed it: product ID, name, category, price, and seller city. And I have created another dictionary, customer. So in this particular data frame, the columns will be ID, which is a unique for each particular customer, and the name of the customer, and the age of the customer, and the product ID which they have bought, and the purchase, what the product they have purchased, and the city, and in which city they have purchased. Now let's run this event, and I want to show you how the customer data frame looks like. So as we discussed, it consists of columns, ID, name, age, and etc., indicating all the data here. Now initially, let's get started with the function merge. Initially, what we have to know is that the merge function combines two data frames. In this case, the product and customer. We are merging the two data frames, product and customer. And the important thing is that the merge function works on merging two data frames on a particular column. In this case, I'm using the product ID as a column on which the two data frames have to be merged. Now let's try to run this. As we see here, the two data frames, product as well as the customer, have been merged together based on the product ID column. As we can see here, it consists of the data from both data frames, product ID. So the product 101, the product name is watch, and it belongs to fashion category, and the price. So its seller city is Delhi. The ID of the particular customer is 1. Then the name is Courtney. Her age is 20. She has purchased the watch, and she has purchased that in Mumbai city, right? So now we have a question, right? On which basis we have seen 4 different types of joins, right? So in this particular situation, or in this particular case, on which join it's merging this particular two data frames. If we haven't mentioned any type of join, the default one is inner. So inner is nothing but intersection, right? So it's the two data frames are being merged using the intersection. So the only IDs which are present in both the data frames will be present in our output. So in the second data frame, 106, 101, 106, 103, 4, 7, 9 are present. So these should be definitely matching in all of those. So only these 101, 106, 3 and 4 and 7 and 9 are only present in this particular data frame, as it's using the inner join, right? So the default join is inner join. This is the point which we have to remember. And moving forward, we can merge two different data frames on two different columns, one from each data frame, right? So here we have merged the two data frames based on a single column, right? So we can even use two different columns from two data frames for merging. Let's understand by running this. So if we see here, I have considering the product name from the left data frame, and I am considering the purchased product from the right data frame, which is of same, right? Product name consists of watches, shoes, and etc. Even the purchased product consists of the same watch, shoes, and etc. and etc. So they belong to the same categories, but the names of the columns in two data frames is different. So if we see in the output event, the product ID, which is present in both the data frames, so it's clearly indicated here as product ID underscore X and product ID underscore Y. So this is the difference between these two particular statements. As product, we don't have any column with product ID underscore X and product underscore ID Y, right? So this has been created by the system itself when we use left on and right on. And moving forward, not only single columns, but we can take combination of columns from one data frame and combination of columns from the second data frame, and we can merge on them even. So let's try to run this event. So if we see here, the product name and city, I'm considering two different columns for product name and seller city. So only if the product name and the city matches, then only they will be presenting the output. So if in case we consider this shoes and the seller city is Chennai, here even the shoes and Chennai. So in this case, both are matching, hence it is present in our output, right? And now moving forward, this is whole about the inner joins. Now let's get in touch with the other joins even. Here I am using I am passing an argument how. So this how indicates how the merge should be working, right? So if we don't mention that, it will be inner join. If we want to mention or if we want to specify the join, we have to use the argument how and specify that as outer or left or right, Okay. Now let's try to run this. So this is nothing but the union which combines all of them. If we see here, all the data records present in the first data frame are present, and similarly from the second data frame even. And now I want to just modify a bit little for the above statement. Now let's try to run this first of all. So the difference from the above statement is that I have passed another argument to this as indicator is equals to true. What this does for us is that what does this particular argument tells is that so this indicator is equals to true. This argument adds as a new column underscore merge. So what this tells is that actually so it indicates both. So this particular data record is present in both the data frames. So that is what this both indicates. Here it is mentioned as left underscore only. So from this we can understand is that this particular record is present only in the left data frame. And if we just scroll down, here it's showing as right underscore only. So clearly we can understand is that this particular data record is present only in right data frame. So this is the use of indicator argument. And next, moving forward, I am just showcasing you how the left outer join works even. So it just fetches out all the data records from the left data set. Nothing much more has been done here. And in the similar fashion, we can even do the right inner join. It works in the similar fashion as left works, but the difference is that it just fetches all the data records from the right data frame. That's it. Now, I have created another dictionary product underscore do. So let me explain what this dictionary is having. So uh, this is having a duplicates of records 102, 106. So we clearly see, right? So there are some duplicates present in this dictionary. Now let's run this first of all, and I want to merge this. If we mention this, that's fine. If we don't mention, even that's fine. Now let's run this. So if we see here 106, 106, soap, grocery, 50, Chennai. So there are two records for the same entry, right? So this is causing a duplicate of data. Now how to remove this particular issue? So just we have to add the drop underscore duplicates function to this. So that solves our problem. Now let's try to run this particular statement. Now as we can see, there is no duplicate one, right? So here just we can see the count, right? Here it's ending with 6. There are 7 records, but here we are only having 6 records, right? Now that is all about the merging. Now let's get started with something concatenation. Now coming to the concatenation, concatenation doesn't have any conditions on how that has to be concatenated, on which particular column it has to be concatenated. There won't be any such rules. Concatenation is just gluing or adding two different data frames. That's it. They don't have any conditions or nothing. So I have created two dictionaries again, df1 and df2. So I'm just running that. So now we can just simply use the function concat for that, and now I am concatenating these two particular data frames. So here we go. It just concatenated the two data frames. As we can see here, all the names starting with A came, and all the names starting with B even. They just concatenated that. Now I'm adding a new argument to the above statement by introducing the keys. Now I want to just mark a separate distinction between these two data frames. How can I do is by just adding another argument key. See, if you can see here, the X key indicates all the data records belonging to the first data set or first data frame, and the Y key indicates that these all records are belonging to the second data frame. So that's right. That's clear, right? Now, moving forward, I have introduced here another argument, ignore index is equals to 2. Now let's try to run this code and understand what does that actually mean, or what does that do. So here we go. If we see here the first concatenation statement, the indexes are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So this has been repeating, the index has been repeating. But if we just pass on an argument of ignore in underscore index is equals to true, so this will be starting from 0 and ending, it has been ended with 9, right? So there is no repetition of 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if we mention this particular argument, there won't be repetition of the argument indexes, sorry. And next, coming to the access is equals to 1. What does this do? As we know, access is equals to 1 refers to the columns or the verticals. So it has been added to the columns, right? So it's having name as two columns, and subject ID same 2 columns. So in this fashion, even we can do with the columns even. So we can concatenate many columns into one particular data frame, and that's how the concatenation works. That's all for this video. Thank you. Please like, share and subscribe to our channel Vidya Vihanga.